It is the week of January 11th, 2023. And here is our weekly news by our newsman, official news guy,
Reporter in the field.
the crypto news dork, Ben Kirsting with
That's
the
what
news.
I need is a cool nickname.
Yeah, I was trying to. I wasn't witty enough. I mean, I'm loaded up on caffeine. I thought usually if I pause for a second, something witty comes to my brain, but I left you hanging there.
No, that's all right. Actually, I feel like it's been my whole year. I stopped drinking pop, one of my New Year's resolutions.
Nice.
So it's been a constant.
That's why your eyes look so sunken in your skull.
Yeah, man. That's what happens when you get off the Mountain Dew.
Does Abby say things like, like when people stop drinking alcohol, does Abby say things like, I liked it better when you were on the sugar?
I liked it better when you were on the sugars. Yes, she does.
I knew it. I'm familiar. I've been married a long time. I'm familiar with these things.
All right.
Well, so anyways, this week in the news, it's a big week. It's always a big week. There's tons of stuff happening. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to let you tell us about the news.
All right. I get a lot of my news from the Milk Road. That's a very good newsletter. If you guys don't follow it, it's something you should consider. milkroad.com. They always have a daily meme, and I really thought this one was pretty good today. This is because I do this all the time. I'm the only 40-year-old who still dabs, so I thought it was funny, and it's very accurate because
I don't.
So that's the whole crypto world right now that bought in when Bitcoin was pushing $70,000, and now we're back down under 20. So I thought that was a funny, good way to start off the episode.
Yes, and if you're like this character, please don't cry. Bitcoin will be back there again. Not financial advice, but it will be back there again and some.
Yes. All right. Starting off with some good news. Coinbase saving money all over the place. They're unfortunately saving it by laying off nearly 1,000 people. 20% of its workforce, because it is a publicly traded company, they are beholden to the shareholders. So they have to prove that people, that these extra 1,000 people are doing enough to make their jobs worth it. And apparently it was not. So citing the down crypto market and other issues, they've laid off 20% of their workforce, which is around 1,000 jobs. I'll post the link to all these articles down below if you want to jump straight to them. It's obviously never good news when people get laid off, but you have to do some things when you're in a down market to make sure that you can survive and then come back in the bull market. So like Twitter, you can't really feel bad for these people because I'm sure that they're living a pretty cushy life when the market is up and they're getting paid in shares, and I just feel like they're doing all right. And these are probably young crypto kids and engineers. So they probably just jumped straight to another place and got a job there. So it's unfortunate they lost their jobs, but it's good to see that Coinbase is making the necessary moves in the down market to make sure that they survive. This is stuff that just has to happen, especially when you're a publicly traded company. You can pay all your friends and family millions of dollars if you're more like this guy. See if I can zoom in on old Sam Bankman-Fried over here. If you're more like this guy, you can pay your friends during a down market whatever you want because it's not your money and nobody knows about it. But if you're a real company that has to actually publish public financials, then you have to make sure the numbers work out. And unfortunately, 1,000 people have to lose their jobs to make it to the next month. So Coinbase making the tough decisions. Good news, this slowly gets better as it goes. So that's good news, but it's unfortunate, but we're moving on up. The crypto trading app Tap Global has become one of London's first public listings of this year. So it's just a trading app for people in the United Kingdom. They're officially listed on the London Stock Exchange. This article goes through and talks about how it was founded, how many people are using it. I think it was founded by a 29-year-old, a young kid, and there's over 100,000 users. But there are going to be another publicly traded company. You know what? While I'm saying this, all of these crypto websites where I get this, standard UK, there are so many ads on these.
Oh yeah.
It is so hard to just get to the store. I'm just looking at all this stuff on the side and all these ridiculous ads down here. It's like, what in the world is going on? Just tell me the story.
Whoa!
I can't even show that stuff. This is a family channel.
Yeah,
Goodness.
they are this day and age. All of these articles are always loaded down, but if you got something that's full of hype like crypto,
yeah, I have to go in there before each of the episodes and close out all the pop-ups and everything that I can, but it doesn't, man, it doesn't stop. But that's good news. As far as public integration, this Tap Global, I believe it has normal checking accounts. They don't call them checking accounts over there. They call them standard accounts or something like that in the UK, but normal bank accounts, and then the ability to buy crypto and hold crypto through third-party companies. So that's very cool. They're pretty tight over there on their rules,
yeah, they are
similar to America. So it's nice to see that there's a publicly traded company. Looks like since its launch in 2018, TAP has grown to over 100,000 users and has plans for expansion to Australia and the USA. So it might be something we'll be seeing here in a little bit to fill in the FTX US gap that has been left.
Let's hope not, but it might be.
It might be. We'll find out. Yep. All right. So we started off with pretty bad, but kind of good. We moved up to pretty good with lots of good news and good potential, but time to drop the bomb.
All right. Hold my breath.
Remember a couple of weeks ago when we talked about Gala Games and Gala Music? And
I love me some Gala.
Oh, me too. Well, had you bought Gala then, it's up over 150%.
I did buy Gala.
It actually got up way more than that because it was at about 1.5 cents recently, and then it got up to over 5 cents. It's now settled back down in the 3 cents. But one of the main reasons is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Mark Wahlberg have agreed to collaborate.
This is a very serious situation.
On 2 movies with Gala Movies or Gala Games, whatever. I think it's just called Gala, but they've got Gala Games, Gala Music, and Gala Movies. The terms of the deal are still unknown, but they go into some speculation, which, by the way, that has got to be the oldest picture of The Rock I've ever seen, because he still has, I think that's actually, I know that's Walking Tall. No? That's The Rundown. That's The Rundown with Sean William Scott. He's down in South America.
Yeah, he barely has any muscles there. That's a long time.
Boom!
Just little
That's only because you two are tight.
Yeah, but they're doing a little bit of speculation. So let me just read this to you. Think about it for a moment. Imagine going to a movie and there's a QR code on the ticket to redeem a digital item, like an NFT.
Yeah.
That item has been selling on OpenSea, so why not at least take a look? Imagine again you're watching a film on Netflix and a QR code shows up there as well. These are just some of the use cases. Integration with our games and our music is very exciting prospect. Would you want to add Hogwarts to your Voxverse land? I mean, would you like to be able to, you know what I mean? Or maybe there is another movie you saw in Gala Film that you need to have in your collection. Ghost of Ruin looks like it's going to be a hit. So Gala Games has confirmed that they're partnering with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg. I assume it's together. So they were in a movie together called Pain and Gain. There's lots of jokes on Twitter about Pain and Gain 2 possibly coming, which is a pretty funny movie, but pretty crazy. But very interesting that they're partnering with a blockchain, with a crypto Web3 project.
Yeah.
The way, you know what I mean? Especially right now, because it's not real hot right now. Although Dwayne Johnson, while technically the biggest movie star in the world, did just kind of have a rough couple of months with the release of Black Adam. It did not go the way that they thought it was going to go. So maybe he's looking for, the long shot, not something else, just a long shot, something that can really shake it up. And Gala Games might be the deal. So this says it went up 50% in the last 24 hours. This article is a little bit old. The actual numbers was up over 200%. and has since settled back down, but is still up over 100% of what it was earlier this month.
That's I mean, you're talking about two premier top of Hollywood movie stars, the
Almost,
top tippity
yeah.
top of, and it's not like Gala let in with, some B-rated movie
Right, or
stars,
some
right?
washed up ones.
They didn't get Brendan Fraser 100
Whoa.
pounds,
Whoa. Whoa.
They went straight for The Rock and Mark Wahlberg. So here's my point, and I might be off base, but here's the optimism in me. These two guys are killing it. Why do they need to partner with? These organizations are banging on their door to work with them, and they go with Gala. It's not like they needed to go with Gala, but they see the future of NFTs, Web3, like they're getting on board with. Is there any other explanation?
Yeah. That's what I would guess. I mean, this sentence right here says securing collaborations with both The Rock and the Mark Wahlberg was not an easy feat, as they are some of the highest paid actors in Hollywood. So I imagine there was a lot of behind the scenes negotiating with both parties, because both of them are into kind of the producing and the I don't think directing, but producing and kind of funding some of these films. They're now big enough to where there was probably quite a bit of interesting behind the scenes negotiating. You know what I mean? Which is very cool.
For sure. But like it proposed, you go to the movie theater, you're watching a Mark Wahlberg movie, and you go in and you scan a QR code or you receive an NFT or whatever that takes you to, Wahlburgers in, within Sandbox, or like there's so many revenue streams and opportunities to grab a hold of your fans and bring them along, immerse them in it's metaverse, immersing them into the metaverse and into more of what you already want.
And that's probably the biggest reason why both of these guys have signed on, is the immersion. Is neither one of them are just movie stars. Both of them have 15 other projects going. Rock's the Under Armour guy.
Yeah.
He hawks Ford trucks. He does, he's got everything. Plus the Rock, just the emblem, the logo that he puts on everything. Mark Wahlberg has the Wahlburgers. He has TV shows. He produces HBO shows. So yeah, like you said, I mean, imagine going to a Mark Wahlberg movie, scanning the QR code, and getting an NFT for 50% off your Wahlburgers at the restaurant down the street. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so Gala Games confirmed that Gala Music and Gala Film will it says use Gala for its gas token, but it is believed that Johnson and Wahlberg's movies will use music from the Gala films, which in theory, this is speculation, would be beneficial to both the owner of the music track and the node operator. Remember when we talked about the node operator? So someone who helps run the Gala blockchain each time somebody watched the film. So it does say this is just speculation, but this was what they were talking about when we did our Gala episode, which that link will be in our description below, and I'll post it at the end of this video. We did a whole episode on Gala and all the different things: Gala music, Gala movies, Gala games, all this stuff. They want to be one-stop shop for metaverse stuff, and looks like they're coming out of the gate swinging with this first collaboration with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg. So,
man,
this article also points out, not really has to do with it doesn't have to do with movies, but it does say Gala Games has just made a move into mobile gaming space as well, where it previously had no presence. So they'll be on your phone before long. Now you'll be playing games at the movie theater, watching a Gala movie, playing Gala games, listening to Gala music on the way there.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. So it got me thinking. I decided to jump over onto Gala Twitter and start looking. And Gala Twitter is hot right now. Gala Games is hot right now. Like it's so weird when you think, oh, we're in a bull market. It doesn't appear that if you look at the right projects. You know what I mean? Like there is a lot going on. I didn't realize that one of the artists from Gala Music got nominated for an Emmy.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
Or a Grammy, not an Emmy. Emmy's TV. So yeah, Go Gala Music Artist has been nominated for a Grammy, which is, I know that was, oh man, that was only 14 hours ago. That's crazy. That's like, think about what Netflix did for movies. It's like they went from renting out other people's movies on DVD and mailing it to where now they're spending $100 million per movie to produce their own content, and they have their own people who sign contract. Adam Sandler has like a $100 million 5-movie deal, like almost all the time. As soon as he makes those 5 movies, he like re-signs on with Netflix to do 5 more. Imagine Gala Games having that kind of power with music, with movies, with games, and you being able to jump in and be a part of that. You know what I mean? To buy the token, to be able to run the nodes, to be able to help run the whole network. It's crazy. And Gala Games is not a hard to find token. You can get it on Coinbase, which means you can just about get it anywhere else.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a yield bearing one at this point, but I know there's ways you can stake it, and at 3 cents a coin.
Yeah. I bought some months back. I don't remember how much I have or even what I bought it at now, but I bought it back when we covered the project.
Well, this is not financial advice for you, Ryan, but you should buy some more.
I might be rich, Ben.
You might be rich.
I think I only bought a few $100s worth, maybe something like that. But
that's all right. That's the start.
Yeah, no, man. Glad to hear the news, because I really have been. I follow Gala, but I have not been keeping up with, just because of all the other stuff that's going on. But I did see something about the Grammy and whatever. But and I knew they had rolled out spider tanks a couple months back, and I think that did really well. Which, anyways, yeah, we could go on and on. That's the reason we're doing these channels, is these projects, and we're coming up on a year, so we're going to be going over a lot of the stuff that we covered. So we'll be hitting Gala again.
I'm excited to actually go back over Gala, because we talked about a lot of games then that were coming up, and now they should be out. This tweet right here says, Gala Games is the #1 company in the crypto gaming space without question. There are other good NFT games being made, but no one comes close to Gala because they have over half of the AA and AAA Web3 games in development. Gala has half of the games. That's crazy. When you're thinking Xbox and PlayStation, a company having half of those isn't really a big deal, because there's like 2 or 3 big companies. But in Web3, there's a lot of companies making games, making content, and creating stuff. So the fact that Gala has over half of the AA and AAA. AAA is obviously the looks like console games, the super high clarity, the good graphics, the full project games. So
killer.
Yeah. So that's that. Looks like everything else I have is related to our episode that we will do before or after this episode, talking about the new bonk
hence
coin.
My background.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So our episode, our project we're digging into this week is the bonk coin. Make sure you check out that episode. If you're interested in more information on any of the news articles that we went over, I'll have all of them posted in the description below. If you like this type of content, feel free to follow us. We are the MetaMentors. We're on Twitter. We're on here on YouTube. Follow us anywhere.
Yeah. If you're looking for up to speed, the biggest news, the biggest things happen in Web3 crypto, we are covering it for our own good and for the working class Joes like us.
Because that's who I am, and that's who I care about.
For the American working man, because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
All right. That is the news for January 11th, the week of January 11th, 2023.
How about Bitcoin?
Next week, we'll have a cool news anchor name for you.
Yeah, there you go. I'm Ben Kirsty.
Damn it! Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter?